Okay, we're here to present an iPhone application, as you guessed. There were 7 of us who came along who actually had a strong interest in iPhone applications. I came along not expecting to do an iPhone application. I thought it was too difficult to do, but here we are, 24 hours later, we present to you an iPhone application. It's a traffic application, as you can see, iTraffic app. The idea is to drive more safely, more intelligently, and not to get any speeding tickets if you can help it. Okay, anybody recognize this photo? You've probably all been there yourself. It is quite local, come on.
It's a bridge.
Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Sydney Harbour Bridge, yeah. And how often is it like this? Pretty often. So, now you can avoid it. If you happen to know when these snarl-ups occurred, there are ways around it. So, why not plan ahead? Now, you've probably also come across a number of these signs.
Yeah.
Fairly frequent. Anybody got any idea how many there are of these in New South Wales? You've probably come across a few, and yeah, it adds up, the fines add up. 160 cameras in New South Wales. And how many drivers do you think lose their license on average per day just in New South Wales?
5, 10.
110. 110 per day lose their license, most of them minor speeding infringements. Okay, it's really just not necessary. There's been a lot of press about it recently, people complaining that they're losing licenses unnecessary, causing great inconvenience, etc. So, what's the solution? Do you want to know about traffic delays ahead of time? Can you do anything about it? Yes, you can vary the timing of your trip. You can plan different routes to get around problems. Do you want to be warned about speed cameras? Well, yes, if you drive a bit more moderately in these areas. The whole point is to reduce your speed, it's not to be fined. I think even the government go on about this line. The point is not to fine you, it's to reduce the speed. So if you know it's there, you reduce your speed. And would you not like to be able to help others do the same thing? Provide some feedback so that everyone else can be assisted by your own experience. Well, of course, we have a lot of modern technology popping up these days. An ideal solution here, which doesn't require you to spend $200 or $300 on your own in-car GPS system. All you have to do is bring your iPhone with you and plug it into your car. And here we have it, an application on the iPhone. We can see here the SPIT, the location of the car at the moment, and here we have 2 speed cameras coming up. So, now obviously you're not going to be sitting there staring at your iPhone. This would be dangerous and we would not condone that. However, you can actually run this app. You can start your iPod, your iTunes, play music, and the app will give you audible warnings when you come near any of these traffic hazards that you might need to know about. Now, what happens if you come across a camera that isn't actually already in the system? You see up here we have a new hazard button. So, if you have an opportunity to do so, that is if your vehicle is stopped or if you have a passenger in the vehicle who's operating this device, they can push the new hazard button. And we have at the moment 2 different types of events that can be entered there. Either you spotted a speed camera, a mobile speed camera, which is being positioned at a new location, or that there is a traffic delay of some kind so that you can warn people, other people in advance when traffic delays are occurring. So, this is exactly what we're aiming at: drive more safely, drive intelligently, and without tickets. We're going to be selling the app for $4.99 in the App Store. However, to get things moving and to make sure we have plenty of user feedback to feedback to all the other users, we're going to be offering it free for the first 24 hours. That's not very long, but we're offering the ability for people to go to our website and register and receive an email as soon as the app becomes available, so that you can then download it within the first 24 hours for free. After that, we'll be getting our revenue by selling the apps for $4.99. So this is our web address. Please go and visit and register your interest so that you can get your free app. That's a reflection. Oh. Beta version. Well spotted. Okay, thank you.
Can we see the app?
Oh, back. Okay, you willing to hang on a second? Other questions in the meantime?
Only if you're willing to sit in a car and go for a drive, yeah.
Okay, it's actually running on my iPhone. Okay, there's a progress bar. It's currently updating. It's reading from the database, pulling in all the traffic hazards and events occurring in the region.
Traveling very fast, obviously.
That's true.
How much distance does it take before it gives you a verbal warning?
Well, we haven't necessarily decided on the exact distance, but possibly a kilometre or so from that event. So there we are. The traffic hazards have appeared on the map. We can scroll around and see what other hazards are on the route ahead of us before we leave on our trip. Yeah.
Can you remove the traffic hazard, the speed cameras?
Okay, we're going to have a timeout option. In the different kinds of events, actually timeout a different amount of time. Users will be reporting these, and we'll be actually aggregating the input to try and get the best possible estimate of exactly where that hazard is located. And events that are submitted will time out after a certain time and it will disappear. As long as people keep re-notifying, it will remain there. So it is very much a kind of crowdsourcing application here. It relies a lot on user feedback. Now, it doesn't require everybody to provide feedback, but just a certain number of users to do that, and I think that will happen. Yes?
Have you got anything to prevent people just adding extraneous hazards? You know,
Well, yes, there is a kind of a filtering system involved in that if enough people report an event, there is a stronger weighting attached to that event, and if random events come in, they just won't get notified because there's not a critical mass achieved of enough people having said that there's an event in a particular location.
So will it not show until, say, 2 people have reported it, or?
Yes, I have to ask the developer about precise details.
If we find users are abusing the system and adding extraneous markers, we've got the capability to ban users. When they submit markers and submit information to us, we get a device ID from their phone. So if, for example, people's just started adding random markers, we'll allow the app to continue working, but just remove their ability to add more markers to it.
Right, sure.
Yes, sir.
Question and suggestion, if I may. Question is, keeping track of which direction I'm heading in.
We do have the capability of doing that. At the moment, we haven't actually planned to use that information, but we have the potential of doing so. The technology is there. It's built in.
I think that's quite critical. If I'm going across the bridge north or south, I don't think that's critical.
Well, yes, through averaging, we're doing weighted averaging of where these things occur, so we are likely to get the correct location through weighted numbers anyway. But yes, there could be situations in which direction is useful.
My suggestion is that maybe you can actually track how long it takes me to pass through a congestion point.
Okay, interesting suggestion. We'll take that on board for a 1.1 or 2. Okay, thank you very much.